whether you have to attend NEET PG counseling or not, and what is an ideal study plan, that also we'll be discussing. Okay, these six subjects have been asked very frequently, and number of questions totally out of these 8 sessions is more than 100. So I got the result that 2 subjects, again the same subject, medicine and pediatric, these 2 subjects had p-value less than 0.05, which means that these subjects showed a positive shift. So whatever is this side is positive shift and this is negative shift. So for INICET, again, it's a cutthroat competition, because you have to come in a rank of less than 2000 to get any seat. From September 1 till October 20, these 50 days will be for your preparation phase. I'll tell you what to study in these 50 days and which subject how to revise, what time to give, I'll tell you. Hello everyone, I am Dr. RMD, pediatric resident at PGIMER Dr. RML Hospital, New Delhi. We are here for the first video on INI-CET November 2024 strategy. So after a successful INI-CET May 2024 session, we are here to discuss what can be done for upcoming INI-CET November session. So this will be a statistical based video, so stay tuned till the end. What are the problems faced by students right now? Just now NEET PG has finished and many of them are in a doubtful situation whether to proceed further or not. So we'll be addressing all these problems in this session. That is, whether you should give INI-CET or not, what are the different categories of students who are who are facing these difficulties. Okay, what exactly to study for this, which sources to refer, whether you have to attend NEET PG counseling or not, and what is an ideal study plan, that also we'll be discussing. Okay, so first of all, we'll go to the statistics, because in our previous INI-CET May session, we actually used statistics to devise to see how many questions could appear, what are the type of questions, which subject you give more importance, and now we have data from INI-CET May 2024 exam as well. So we'll combine all this and we'll see what are the conclusions that we can draw. So this is the INI-CET PYQ analysis since INI-CET had started. The first session was in November 2020. Since then, there have been total 8 sessions of INI-CET, and I have detailed data regarding how many number of questions were asked in each of these sessions. And from this, you can see that I have divided this into 2 categories. One is the first 4 sessions, that is till May 2022, and the next 4 sessions till May 2024. So what are the findings from this, we'll get to see eventually. So one thing that you can notice is that the number of questions that are asked in first session and the number of questions that are asked in the later part, that is from 2022 to 2024, are slightly different. Okay, so we'll see what are this. This is the total number of INI questions that were asked till now in the last 8 question papers. These are the total number of questions that were asked, and from this we will note that the very important point that you'll note from this is that these 6 subjects, okay, these 6 subjects have been asked very frequently, and number of questions totally out of these 8 sessions is more than 100. So in my previous session also, when I was discussing May 2024, I told these 6 golden subjects, like which have more than 100 questions asked, okay, the century subjects. So here we'll be calling these subjects as tier 1 subjects. Okay, so these 6 subjects, Patho, Pharma, Micro, 3 second-year subjects and 3 third-year subjects, Surgery, Medicine and OBG. These have maximum weightage in INI-CET. See, in any question paper that you take, more than 15 questions or more than at least 10 questions are asked in these subjects. So these 6 subjects itself account for around 100 to 120 questions in INI-CET. So frankly, when 2 months are left for your upcoming INI-CET, it is obvious that you have to give more importance to these, because in INI-CET, quantity matters. Okay, how many number of questions you can answer, that matters. Okay, when limited time is available. So these are the other subject. We'll see how to analyze these subjects also. Okay, so this was the difference between INI-CET between 2020 to 2022 and INI-CET 2022 to 2024. So these had 4 sessions and here there were 4 sessions, and you can see that in both of these sessions the combined data shows that these 6 subjects, okay, Patho, OBG, Pharmac, Surgery, Micro and Medicine, both of them had maximum number of questions. So there is no doubt in it. We'll see individual subject wise how the trend has changed over the years. But right now, all these 6 subjects are the most important ones. One very important change that you will notice is like the number of questions in medicine had increased from 51 in the first 4 INI-CET papers to 82, which means there is gradual, very significant shift of number of medicine questions that are asked in each INI-CET question paper. So my source for these questions, the number of questions, the data is the recall questions. Okay, from the recall questions which are available on YouTube. I had gone through this and I had identified how many number of questions were asked in each session. So one very important significant thing that you'll notice is the number of medicine questions that have increased drastically. The second that you will notice is the number of questions from pediatrics. In first session, that is from in the first 4 INI-CET papers, number of questions from pediatrics were very less, and that was one thing which we had also pointed out in May 2024 session. But in May 2024 session, we had also noted the number of pediatrics in questions in pediatrics had increased tremendously. So right now, this shift from medicine to pediatrics, this medicine and pediatrics, these two subjects are towards pointing towards the fact that these two subject questions are more likely to be asked in the upcoming exams. We'll see in the next slides also. Okay. So what is the significant shift that you'll notice? Okay, so I had prepared this data, and then I had to see whether the difference was significant, statistically significant or not. Okay, so I compared this as group 1 and this as group 2, and I used the p value to find out any significance, and I got the result that two subjects, again the same subject, medicine and pediatric, these two subjects had p-value less than 0.05, which means that the number of questions that were asked from these two subjects had significant statistical association between first half, that is between first 4 INI-CET papers and the last 4 INI-CET papers. So between 2022 to 2024, more significance was given to medicine and pediatrics, and you'll also observe that there was significant shift in OBG also. So mainly these clinical subjects are getting more significance. Not only that, I will see in the next half also, like in the next statistics, like how other subjects also matter. Okay, so you will use these conclusions to devise a strategy for you for the upcoming INI-CET. So you will notice that this is subject-wise analysis, like the first half of the INI-CET, that is from 2020 to 2022, is shown in this red. Okay, this red is from 2020 to 22. These are 4 INI-CET papers, and the blue graph is from 2022 November till 2024 May. Okay, so you'll notice there is a significant shift. Okay, you will notice two things. One is subjects like anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, and first year and third year subjects are less asked, whereas second year subjects and final year subjects are more asked. So the peak is always towards the second year and final year subjects. First year subjects are less important. So if you devise a descending order, it is always the final year 4 subjects, then comes second year subjects, then comes first year subjects, then comes third year subject, then comes the minor subject. This is the order of preference for INI-CET questions prepared by examiners. Okay, this is from the last 8 question papers. Okay. Also, one more difference that you will notice is that there was significant shift. Like here, surgery OBG was asked more, but nowadays in the last 3-4 papers, questions from pediatrics medicine is being asked more. Okay, this is one significant shift. Also, one more significant shift is opthal and ENT number of questions have also increased. There is no much difference in minor subjects, so we'll devise our strategy accordingly. So I also went one step ahead and I noticed what is the difference in the questions that were asked between this last 4 years and last 4 papers and the recent 4 papers. So I noticed that these subjects showed a positive shift. So whatever is this side is positive shift and this is negative shift. So few important things that you'll notice. One is there is positive shift towards, usually towards pediatrics and medicine. There is positive shift towards opthal plus ENT, and there is positive shift towards patho and micro. And there is huge negative shift towards OBG. See, OBG for the past few years, in the past 2 years, in this last 4 papers, there was significant less number of questions that were asked from OBG. So this could be a wild card. Okay, I'm telling this because we had made a similar mistake in May INI-CET and we are not going to repeat the same thing. So OBG had a highest number of questions. It came above 100. Okay, number of questions asked so far were above 100. So we are not going to leave OBG. So we'll include OBG also in tier 1 subjects. The rest of the questions you see, all these minor questions, number of questions are asked is less in every year of INI-CET that is coming up. Okay, in every paper the number of questions is going on decreasing. So based on this, what are the conclusions that we can devise and what are the strategies that we can apply for the upcoming INI-CET November session? I have divided these subjects into 3 tiers. Okay, tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 subjects. Tier 1 are the most important subjects which are never to be forgiven. Like if you don't prepare from these subjects, you are definitely not going to crack INI-CET, and those are patho, pharmac, micro, these 3 first second year subjects, and medicine, surgery and OBG, these 3 final year subjects. Okay, these 6 subjects are the most important subject, and in our strategy we will also be giving maximum number of time for maximum hours of time in a day for these these subjects only. Okay, so our strategy is very simple: to use PYQs and to use previous year analysis as a guide to prepare for the upcoming INI-CET. That is the most strategic way. See, again I give this disclaimer that this video is not for topper. Those who want to be in top 10, you definitely have to study everything. You have to use whatever resources you have. You have to give your all level best. Okay, and those toppers who are coming in top 10, there is no use of watching this video. So this video is for those who don't know how to prepare, who want a guide. See, many times people wrongly misinterpret my videos as my videos are for toppers to come in top 100. It's not the case. My videos are just a guidance for you to study. Whether you will be a topper or not, that will be based on you. It is not on me. You are in a jungle, and this jungle doesn't has any direction, and I'm only there to guide you. I'm there to show you the path. You have to finally identify that path. Okay, so I'm here for guidance. Don't misinterpret that all these things is going to give you a very good rank. It is not going to give you a rank within 10. If you study hard, if you find the right path, if you progressively improve, you'll definitely get a good rank. Okay, which rank I can't guarantee you. Okay, so what about tier 2 subjects? Tier 2 subjects are the subjects which have equal number of importance as tier 1, but less number of questions are asked. So from this you can see these are the total number of questions that are asked in last 8 INI-CET papers, and these are the total number of questions that are asked in previous 4 INI-CET question papers. So in the total you will see that this patho, pharma, surgery, medicine, micro and OBG we have already discussed. But what about anatomy, biochemistry and physiology? You will notice that in last 4 years also anatomy, physio and biochemistry are also in top 10. So that means anatomy, physiology and biochemistry carry very equal importance. So tier 2 subjects are anatomy, biochemistry and physiology. But in last 4 years you have noticed how significant pediatrics has been. So pediatrics has got many number of questions in the last 4 years. That's why we have also included pediatrics in that. So the 4 subjects in order to their preference. Now what is this order? This order is according to how much well you can prepare in limited amount of time. So first goes to anatomy, pediatrics, then biochemistry and physiology. So prepare in this order only. I'll tell in the next video, in the next slide, how to prepare accordingly. Okay, so these are the tier 2 subjects. So what about the tier 3 subject? Tier 3 subjects are the rest of the subject, the minor subject where less number of questions are asked, and all these questions are showing decreasing number of trend. Okay, there are number of questions that are asked in every INI-CET is decreasing significantly. So these questions, only the significant trend is for opthal and ENT. That's why first go with opthal and ENT and then rest of the subjects. So if you cover tier 1, tier 2 subjects, there will be total 10 subjects, and along with that opthal and ENT, you will have total 12 subjects. Okay, and these 12 subjects will give you around 130 to 140 questions. Definitely 130 to 140 questions. More than that will be from these 12 subjects itself. So got my point. That was the reason behind all this statistical analysis. You go blindly prepare, you take one subject, one major subject and one minor subject. Maybe you today go home and you start with your preparation and you blindly go, you don't know the direction. You start with like a subject like maybe anatomy, and you take a minor subject like ortho. You'll see that anatomy is tier 2 subject. It's not a tier 1 subject. What is the number of questions that you'll get in anatomy? Maybe 10 to 12 questions, that's all. But if you start with patho where around 20 questions will be asked, which is better actually. Both will take equal time. So choice is yours. When time is limited, when you have to focus your resources, when you have to do a smart preparation and hard work also, then smart strategies are always advised. Okay. So the next very important question which everyone asks is what exactly to study. This is the underlined word. Okay, what exactly to study? There are so many resources to study, so you don't know what to study, which topic is important, what is not. So frankly I advise you go through this video which I released 3 months ago, like how I predicted 75% of the questions or topics that are going to be asked in May 2024 INI-CET, and that was based on last 7 years question papers. So based on that I correctly predicted 151 out of 200 questions, and you'll note that all these questions, those who had studied all these questions could perform well in that INI-CET exam. So go back, go through these videos, and these videos, this is actually a recall session. This recall session was based on my previous INI-CET prediction videos, and there are total 14 parts of these videos. Okay, they are available in my YouTube channel. Go back and they see these are the videos that are available. Okay, so if you don't know what to study, what exactly to study, go to these videos, and that video will exactly tell you what to study. Okay, I have given all detailed analysis, so there is no scope of discussion of these topics in this video. For May 2024 session and how these things have changed and how my predictions were right, you can use this video. Okay, so go back to this video before studying any subject. Go back and see what is important. Okay, so next, there are so many sources that are available. So what exactly to study in this 2.5 months? Like right now there are 2 months and 10 days left. So what exactly to study? Okay, So when I was going through my feedback on based on what I had given so far, okay, I noticed that this NEET PG had so much of rank inflation. So many of them had attributed to increased competition and also the normalization issues and all. But what I noticed is the people who had actually went into depth, studied, followed the right path, they actually got a good score. Okay, I'm not telling about rank; they got good score. When your scorecard was released, you would have noted that maybe for a score of 160, previously like for a score of 160, you would be in less than 1000 rank, but now for a score of 160 you will be like around 3000 or 4000 rank. Okay, so there was a shift of rank, but your score was right, so competition has increased. So I realized that for the to beat this competition, okay, you should have more information. Now since you have already attempted NEET PG, since you have already attempted May INI-CET, maybe some of them, okay, so you already have some source, and that source hasn't given you good result, so that means that you should use extra information. The only thing that can place you ahead in INI-CET other than others is the extra information. That extra information comes from QBank. Since now you have time of 2 months and you have already watched revision videos, because that is what the feedback I got from many people, that you have watched either short term revision courses like BTR or something, or you had also watched revision videos. So you already have that source. If you prepare from again that source, if you prepare the same revision again, if you go through the same content again, you're not going to get any extra source. You're already thorough with that. You have done 2 revisions, 2 times exam was postponed, you have done 2 revisions, but again that didn't give you significant results in your NEET PG. So for INI-CET again, it's a cutthroat competition, because you have to come in a rank of less than 2000 to get any seat. So when you have to come less than 2000, don't think that competition has decreased, because those who had attempt for NEET PG, those will be attempting INI-CET also. That is because NEET PG counseling is anyways going to delay till like 3 months. Me, everyone knows that NEET PG counseling doesn't happen in 2 months. It at least takes 2.5 months for the initial preparation itself, and by the time round 1 and round 2 result come, it will be by November end. Okay, so that means everyone has time, so everyone will be focused towards INI-CET. Only those people who had got very good rank in NEET PG, who are confirmed regarding their seat, they only won't be attempting INI-CET. So competition for INI-CET in November is also high. That means your information base, which you had prepared earlier from revision videos or whatever you had prepared, that was not enough. You need some extra source also to get a very good score, because INI-CET is do or die situation. That's why I have smartly devised this strategy, keeping in mind all the relevant points that are needed to crack. Okay, so for any preparation of INI-CET, the first thing that is PYQs. So don't forget, in this box I have not included PYQs, but PYQs will form the base. Everything will be away from PYQs, because you'll note that in every INI-CET, PYQs and PYTs repeat consistently. May not be the case for NEET, but for INI-CET it is well known that PYQs and PYTs repeat. So if you make a mistake in PYQs or PYTs, that is a crime. Okay, so what are the other sources to be used? So I have divided very carefully. See, listen to me. So I have divided subjects according to tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 3 subjects. So we'll first focus on tier 1 subject, which are very important for us. For those who are prepared from revision videos of pathology, microbiology and pharmacology, don't go to revision videos again, or you can also use revision videos as a source. See, for this upcoming INI-CET, you should have one source, okay, one main source. This main source is because this source will help you to annotate things. See, at the last 14 days of revision, which we'll see in the timeline ahead, in last 14 days of revision, you should have something which you can read from, and that is called a source, okay, the final source for revision. This revision source for patho, pharmac and micro, the best source is first aid. Because for INI-CET, we know that, and this has been a fact also, that many questions have come from first aid, and first aid is a book where you can find all important things also, and you can annotate things also. If you have not done revision videos thoroughly, if you have like had no source, particular source, or you had main videos in your initial preparation for NEET PG, right now you know that you can't use that source for INI-CET because it will be too vast. You can't revise it in the time duration that is provided. You can go ahead with this first aid. Okay, first aid will be the best source right now for those who didn't have any good source in the previous exams. But if you already have a very good revision source like revision video notes something, then you can annotate that only. Okay, so my opinion would be first aid will be better for this, for patho, pharmac, micro and for biochemistry and physiology. Okay, so use this as a source. In this you will annotate PYQs and important tables and pearls also, okay, if you need. The most important part for this upcoming INI-CET is QBank, and in this QBank case, what is this more than 50%? More than 50% is the questions which are answered by more than 50% of the student correctly. In my last video on NEET 2025 strategy, I showed you how most of the explanations from this more than 50% questions which are answered correctly, those explanations will contain most of the questions of NEET PG. Similarly for INI-CET also. So focus more on this. That's why this time you already have done revision videos, or maybe you have done BTR, or maybe you have done DVT. So your concepts or your like basic memory will be good enough. But then if you want extra information, you have to go to the Q bank. But you know that it is not smart work to go through entire Q bank right now. So at least focus on those questions which are answered by more than 50% of the students correctly, and go to the Q bank in the topics that I had discussed in my INI-CET videos. Go give the preference according to that. For example, if you go in biochemistry, first you will be giving preference to genetics. If you go for pathology, first preference you will be giving to blood and blood products, because maximum number of questions are asked from them. If anatomy, you will first definitely go to CNS part. Okay, this is how you proceed. Next, you have to go to recent updates also, okay, for all these subjects, and then pulse as and when you like solve the questions or when you give GTs, that time you have to give bookmark important pulse, so that this will be helpful for you during your revision phase and also when you review your GTs. So what about medicine, OBG and surgery? For these three, revision videos itself is the best source, because now you can't go for main video. Now revision, now you will ask me like revision videos will be too much. No, it is not too much. Revision videos along with either revision videos or revision video notes along with Q bank, again the same concept, like the questions which are answered by more than 50% of the students rightly, those questions needs to be done. You can watch main videos only for concepts, like you are not thorough with some concept and you need more understanding of that topic, then only go ahead with it. Recent updates, anyways, you have to go through it, and then pearl percentages. So this is a concise list of what you should study, okay, which sources you have to refer. Now, what about pediatrics, anatomy, biochemistry and physio? Again, QBank will be the main source for this also, and main videos will refer for pediatrics only, because number of questions from pediatrics are increasing and you can cover that for that quickly, okay. And biochemistry and physiology, if you have any doubts with concept, then only refer, otherwise go for first aid. Now, what about MCQ discussion? For biochemistry, you have to watch MCQ discussion videos because they are mainly problem based, and for physio, problem based questions you can watch. Genetics is one where you have to search for recent updates, because many questions have been asked in biochemistry from INI-CET point of view. And for anatomy, you can go through Dr. Ashwini Kumar videos on YouTube that are really helpful. Like there is a whole series on INI-CET videos, okay. And then important topics on Pulse. What about tier 3 subjects? See, these are the subjects which you should give less time and you should get more output. So the best source is revision videos only, because everything is concise in that. Along with that, QBank, okay. For Optal and ENT only, you will use more than 50% answer correctly, and rest of the things you will use the whole QBank, okay. And special emphasis should be given to these things whichever I have mentioned in stars, okay. So this will be your approach to short subjects. And these, like psychiatry, there are some 5 chapters which are very important. You can watch main videos of that or main notes, okay. MCQ discussion as and when whatever is required, and pearls if possible, all important topics, okay. So this is a schematic representation of what you should study in the next, what sources to refer in the next 2 months. Now, whenever you're going through subject, for example, maybe pathology, so how you should go ahead with each subject. So first thing is start with PYQs. If you have already done PYQs, revise your PYQs very quickly from INI-CET November 2020. So you will have totally 8 question papers, okay. So this is the first part. Once you're done with PYQs, you know what is important, you know their explanation. Next thing is you have to go for a main source. This is the source which I was talking about, either revision notes or BTR notes or whatever notes you want to keep it for revision, like final source, okay, or first aid for some subjects, okay. You can sources can be different for different subjects. It is fine. You don't have to go follow any one app or any one coaching institute for that. You can use different sources for different reasons, but there should be one particular source from which you can revise in the last 14 days. Then QBank, focus on more than 50% answered questions that are answered correctly to save time, and bookmark important things. This is very important. Which are the things to be bookmarked? Remember, 2 conditions should be fulfilled. One is it is important. How you know it is important? It is important if many students are answering it rightly. Second, it should be a PYQ or previously answered question. That is important. So these second thing, it should be a forgettable question, okay, like it should be memorizable. Like for example, CD markers. CD marker is very important, asked repeatedly, and you will tend to forget it. So that is a bookmark question. The joints in anatomy, okay, the different type of joints, that also there is a difficulty in memorizing it, and second, it is important topic also. So those things should be bookmarked. Not everything needs to be bookmarked. Then recent updates for relevant topics also, okay. So right now we'll see like what are the different categories of students that are available, okay. So There are three types of students after this NEET PG. One is category A, who have got a decent NEET PG rank, maybe less than 20,000, who will get a seat of their, not their choice, or maybe they can be flexible in their decisions, so they'll get a seat somehow, and they're attempting INI so that they can get a better seat or a better college. Okay, so this is category A. Category B is where most of the students lie, whose ranks are between 20,000 to maybe like 1 lakh, who might or might not get the seat of their choice, but their only option is INI-CET. Okay, and third category are the students who started preparing late, like maybe they started 1 month before or 2 months before NEET PG. They didn't have significant exposure. Their plan was NEET PG 2025 or maybe INI-CET May 2025, but now they're targeting INI-CET because the exam is in between. They just want to give a try. Okay, so these are the three categories of students we have right now. So what should each category of students do? For category A students, who are like between the less than 20,000 and who are about to get a seat, you are already in a safe zone, so you don't have to worry. You will get a seat. You have to just be flexible with the decision. So your more important should be towards NEET PG counseling. Rank is not everything. Remember that I'll in my upcoming videos on NEET PG counseling, where I'll be detailedly discussing all the things. See, NEET PG is just an exam. Okay, remember this. NEET PG is an exam. The actual game starts in counseling. Counseling is a gamble. If possible, by today or tomorrow, I'll release one more video on NEET PG counseling, which will be very interesting. Like the actual game, the actual thing where you need to apply your brains, your minds, your information, everything is in counseling. So counseling is a game changer, not NEET PG exam. So what finally matters is your seat, so not your rank. Okay, so suppose you have got some rank of 800 maybe, and you're thinking you'll give INI-CET, you'll get a better rank. So don't do that. You give INI-CET, but then give equal importance to NEET PG counseling also, because finally it is seat that matters. It is not the rank. Focus on new information. That is for category A student. If you want to get a better score, because you already gone through notes or maybe revision notes, so now your main focus is to go through that information which you haven't gone before. Okay, so that you get a better rank in INI-CET. QBank is the best source for such students. Revise main video notes again. Okay, 2 GTs per month. Don't give many GTs, because right now your most of the things which are needed is done. You need to fine tune the topics. Okay, prepare for NEET PG counseling simultaneously and use recall sessions of NEET PG to realize where you had gone wrong. Okay, what about category B students who have only INI-CET as the main option? You should work really hard. Okay, like 10 to 12 hours per day at least for the next 2.5 months. So daily at least 10 hours. Focus on tier 1 and tier 2 subjects. These will be your main focus. You can't commit mistakes here. Identify which are the topics left out in your preparation during NEET PG and use QBank wisely, because you don't have time. Focus more on these type of questions. Solve custom models. Again, those who had got ranks between 20,000 to 50, like after more than 20,000, your main focus was not on QBank. That's why your focus was less on questions. You might have given more importance to notes. So that's why daily start solving custom models, at least 50 with these tags. GTs every weekly, because this is one of the major feedback that I got from students after NEET PG, that they were reading notes. They were reading notes continuously, revising the same thing, revising the same information. Their ranks didn't improve. The reason is because you are not giving GT. They admitted the fact that they realized it after giving NEET PG that they had not given enough GTs. This is a major complaint that I found in majority of the students. So give GT every week, thoroughly review the GT and identify your mistake. And you have to always ask one question, that is, what can I do so that my GT ranks will improve? If you ask this question to yourself, then you will improve in the next GT. So if you stop giving GT, then think that you are out of the race. Apply for NEET PG counseling simultaneously, but don't worry. I'm telling you, NEET PG counseling is going to create a huge mess. If you're giving too much stress on that, then it will definitely alter your result. Okay, so don't give much of your thought into this. So keep it at the back of your head, NEET PG counseling, but your main target should be INI-CET. So what about category C students who have just prepared, those who have just started preparing now, and like maybe a few months back, and they're like giving INI-CET for for a practice. So for those people, your main target should be May INI-CET. Daily 12 hours per day, that is definitely needed till this INI-CET gets over. Your subject again are tier 1 and tier 2 subjects. Okay, use less of QBank, use custom modules. Okay, because less of QBank, because your main focus should be towards the building up concepts. Okay, building up concepts and those important QBank modules, that should be your target. PYQs is a must. Okay, even if you solve less of QBank, it's fine, but all PYQs should be solved. Then GTs you have to give every 10 days, and don't keep high expectation. Don't think that in these 2 months, if you start preparing, you are going to crack INI-CET. Don't keep this false expectation. In NEET PG still you can keep, but INI-CET is going to be very hard. So what is the timeline? So let's assume today is like September 1. Okay, Sorry, tomorrow is September 1, today is August 31st. So from September 1 till October 20, these 50 days will be for your preparation phase. I'll tell you what to study in these 50 days. And then from October 20 to November 2, total 14 days we'll have for first revision. And then here you will have 6 days for final revision. This will be your target. I'll be making videos before this first revision, what to revise, what exactly to revise. Okay, for this 150 days preparation phase, I'll tell you exactly how to prepare. Okay, so from our statistical analysis, we know that tier 1 and tier 2 subjects carry most importance, so we'll give 30 days for them, and tier 3 subject 20 days. So we have 10 subjects here and we have 9 subjects here. Okay, so in this 10 subject, how will you divide? You will divide in this format. Okay, you'll give 6 days each. Okay, so there are 5 subject combinations: pathology, physiology, pharmac, biochem, surgery, anat, OBJ, pediatrics, micro and medicine. So micro and medicine, you'll note that both are tier 1 subject, but then you'll have to adjust some time between them. Okay, so tier 1 subject you have to give 60% of time, tier 2 40% of the time. I have given one ideal study plan later in the part of the video, so we'll discuss it accordingly. Okay, now tier 3 subjects will get 4 days each. So again, this is 5 subject combination, so you'll follow this. So total 50 days you'll be dedicating for your preparation phase. And mind you, what to do in this 50 days I have already told you. Okay, so this is the format to go for this 50 days. Okay, this is the format. Okay, and which subject, how to revise, what time to give, I'll tell you. So this is how you should study, plan your study. This is for tier 1 and tier 2 subjects. Okay, see, this is the ideal timing that should be followed. You can modify it accordingly. According to this, we'll have around 11 hours of study. Okay, so here tier 1 subject notes, tier 1 subject Q bank, PYQs notes, subject Q bank, PYQs. You can modify it slightly, but this, like for example, for patho, this will be patho, this will be patho, this will be patho, this will be patho. We had physio, right? So physio, and this will be physio. Okay, so we have almost 60 to 40 ratio, and PYQs we can like interchange accordingly, whatever you like, and then you have to adjust GTs also in between this. So this will be from October 1 to October 20, where you will be seeing tier 3 subjects. Okay, you will be studying this. So tier 3 subject A, that is first combination, and tier here there is subject B. So 2 subjects will be studying simultaneously. Okay, so this is the entire study plan. See, I have given you everything, right from your problems, what you face, to what you have to do, what you can do, when you have to do, when you have to finish. Everything is given in detail in this video, so don't miss this. Also, there are few important lessons to be learned from last NEET PG also and INI-CET also. This is not only from your perspective, this is from my perspective also. I have also learned many things which actually can change your results. Okay, so I'm going to share it. First, question paper will always be unexpected, so don't expect anything, prepare for the worst. Second thing, examination boards will always change rules at the last moment. So whatever happens, don't whine upon it, continue with your preparation. Be adaptable. That is the take home message. Third, don't assume that competition will decrease. For the upcoming INI-CET also, competition won't decrease. INI-CET upcoming competition will be the same. Okay, so expect the worst scenario. Fourth, revisions matter more than preparation. That's why always I emphasize on that one particular source. That source should be available for your revision. So choose your source wisely. I have given what all sources you can use in my like that schematic representation. So use that and devise your own plan. Then don't let counseling mess with your preparation. I have seen this with many students. Once counseling starts, there will be so much hope, there will be so much despair, there will be so much desperation, there will be so much confusion. Your whole brain will be a mess. You won't know what to do. So if you're preparing for INI-CET, keep the counseling part apart. Okay, don't mess with your preparation. Consistently giving GTs is the key to success and tracking your GT scores. And after every GT, ask what can I do? What can I do to increase my score? That is one question which will change your preparation. Okay. Next, use YouTube for motivation. Not only my videos, I also suggest you to watch other YouTube mentors also, because their videos are also really helpful. Okay, you can go through all these people who are like giving very good ideas related to upcoming strategies, upcoming exams and all. So don't be confused between various strategies. Take ideas from everyone and devise a plan for yourself. Okay, that is the best approach you can use, because I was also following many of these YouTubers and they had changed my life also. So I used to take these suggestions and then I used to devise my own plan which is best suited for me. Okay, so if you want help from me, you can ask, like, because I see many people, they'll be like taking this themselves, they'll be thinking, okay, GT scores will improve, and then finally they don't improve. So anytime you need help, you are always welcome to ask. You can reach me. The easiest way to reach me is to mail me, but because I get many mails, like I really can't go through all the mails simultaneously. So if I'm delayed, if you want like if you want a surety, like you want a guaranteed reply, then the best source is this YouTube live session membership. So on my YouTube profile you will have this join member profile, join member button. Okay, also I'll give the description in my this video description. Okay, the link will be provided, so you can go there and you can apply for membership. If you apply for that membership, I'll be conducting live sessions of YouTube where based on your comments I'll be personally like talking about your queries, okay, on live session. This will be accessed only for members only. For non-members it is not available. Okay, so the details of this will be available in the description. Also you can go to my Instagram page where regular updates will be given, and you can also text me there. Also I have opened a new Telegram page by the name Dr. RMD NEET PG INI-CET guidance. So whatever PDFs and all are related to your preparation, all these graphs and all, I'll be putting it there. Okay, so you can follow this. All these links are available in the description of this video. Okay, or it is also available in the comment section, pinned comments. Okay, so you can go there and you can approach me accordingly. So we'll be upcoming with few more videos, mainly during the revision phase of INI-CET. So I'll be telling you how to plan accordingly. So my next video will be based on NEET PG counseling. Okay, so NEET PG counseling is totally a different ball game. So I am very interested to share my experience and also how things change. Things change drastically in counseling. So it's a gamble, okay, which I'm very happy to share my experience and others' experience also. So stay tuned for the next video. It will be coming in next 1 or 2 days. So all the best till then, and all the best for preparation. Thank you.